do I get a statue if I win the World Cup? Ooh, what about the quarterfinals? Why not? I might do that. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And well, this is a very, very exciting day for me as I unveil my 23-man squad to go to Japan for the World Cup finals. I'm very happy with the team I've selected, and I think these boys could cause a few upsets once we get over there to Japan. Now, do we have any questions? Yeah. For Gwynedd, Welsh reporter. Now, Christopher Mepperme doesn't feature in the squad. Yeah, look, unfortunately, Chris wasn't willing to postpone his retirement to play at the World Cup finals, so we couldn't in all good faith pick him. Ethan Mpadu has been selected despite being injured. Yeah, look, Ethan has picked up a bit of an injury, but we're confident that he'll be fit in time to play a big part at the tournament. Yes, now you have picked Stein Hughes and Johnson Brennan for the first time under your reign. Yeah, look, I mean, it's become very clear in recent friendlies, how we need to play to get the best from ourselves. And both these guys are experienced players that know how to fulfill a certain role for me. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain, and welcome to the 2034, to stop and think there, welcome to the 2034 World Cup. We have just announced our Welsh squad that is going to go there, and what we're going to do today is go through the team so that you can see who it is that has been selected, and hopefully do a little bit of damage when we get over to Japan. So it's Syria and Mexico in our group. As a refresher, we're in Group H of the World Cup. We play Syria first, so we hopefully will need to win that one, and then we'll basically, I would imagine, have a game against Mexico to determine who wins the group and who will go through in second place. So that's what we have to look forward to. But let's have a look at the squad that we've selected. So let's start with the goalkeepers, and the number one, he has been since we took over, is going to be James Wilson. He's currently playing at Doncaster. He has 24 caps, as you would imagine, 0 goals. He's been playing in League One this season, which isn't ideal, but I'm sure he will. He's never let us down, has he, since we've been Wales manager. His backup will be Charlie Price. Now, he has 2 caps. He's at West Brom. You could argue that maybe he should be the number one, but we'll wait and see when we get there, I guess. He's 22, and as they plays at West Brom in the Championship. Not a regular, though, which is obviously, again, not ideal. But he'll be the backup. And the third choice will be Alex Dale. Now, he's a 25-year-old. He does have 22 caps, plays at Forest. The main things I don't like about him are just the positioning of 9 and the eccentricity of 19. Not a massive fan of that. But 22 caps, he's obviously played before. He's, again, a backup goalkeeper in the Championship, which, again, is not ideal, but we're Wales. These are sort of the situations that we have to deal with. Now, if we look at our defenders in no particular order here, the first one is Gareth John Gurke. Now, we know him, of course, from Bala Town. 15 caps, 21 years old. We know what he can do for us. He's a solid enough defender. He's a regular in our team, more or less. Has played in the Champions League before as well, which makes him, I would imagine, one of the more experienced players for Wales. Next up, it's Josh Neville, a 27-year-old, plays currently in Russia at Akhmat. He has 27 caps, 3 goals. What I do like about him, and I think he will be one of our starting centre-backs, he has really good positioning. He's solid physically, decent enough technically as well. As I said, 27 times he's played for us. He plays in the Russian Premier League, which is a good standard. He had before that played regularly in the Championship. So he's a useful player, a very good player for us to have in our defence. Next, it's one of the bolters, perhaps. It's Aled Davis. Now, he's currently at Portsmouth. He has basically come in to replace Chris Mepham. Now, it's a big disappointment that he couldn't play because he's announced his retirement and he was unwilling to put it back for the World Cup. A lot of potential in Aled Davis. He has 3 caps, 1 goal already. Really, really good in the air. The basic defensive stats are there. So he's there if we need him. He's just gone to Portsmouth recently, played not really in the Championship, which again, it's not ideal, but he's more one for the future as well. Now, the main centre-back, our big hope, is Ethan Mpadu, 129 caps, 7 goals. He is going to have to lead this defence with no more Chris Mepham. He has picked up an injury, a twisted ankle. He's 2 weeks away. The World Cup, he might miss the Syria game. He should be back for Mexico. Now, he's currently playing at Nice. He's just moved there recently from Brighton. He was playing in the Premier League. He's played a little bit in Liga. Again, he's playing at a good standard. Hopefully, well, we need him. We need him to be fit and we need him to be firing. He is now the main man. And the final of the centre-backs is Mitchell Todd, a 27-year-old at Preston, 7 caps, 2 goals. We saw him play against England come off the bench there. He's a solid centre-back, though. He can fill in it sort of in a couple of different positions you can see there, which is always good for a tournament. But again, just a good, solid defender. As I said, he's at Preston right now, surplus to requirements, though he did play this full season in the Championship. So he's coming into the tournament off the back of maybe not playing well, but playing in the Championship. All right, so that's the centre-backs. Let's have a look at fullback. We'll start on the left side, and one of the two is Tim Burrows, a 19-year-old. He has 6 caps for his country. He's only recently come into the squad, pretty much replacing Ben Williams, who was sort of the left-back when we came in. Now, he's a Manchester United player. He's been out on loan this season in League One at Southend. He's had 2 seasons there, done okay. But again, I think he's better than League One, to be honest. I wouldn't mind signing him for Bala Town if I'm being completely honest. So that's one of the two left backs. And the other left back is Kerry Hughes. Now, he is a 23-year-old, 12 caps, no goals for him. He's currently contracted to Wolves, £30 million he's worth, 72 grand a week. He's a really good left back. He will be the main man for us at this tournament. Hopefully he will get the job done for us. He's been playing in the Premier League. He's been playing not too well, but he's been playing regularly in the Premier League. So he is going to be one of the big players that we rely on to keep us solid at the back. If we go over to the right, James Gwynedd is another of the stars, a 28-year-old, 67 caps, 4 goals. I think he's... Oh, actually, no, we haven't named the new captain yet since Mapham left, but we'll have to do that before the tournament. At Manchester City, 60 million he's worth. He is on more money than God. And if we have a quick look at what he's been doing, he's been, again, playing regularly and playing well in the Premier League. He's probably our best player, I think. I don't think that's a stretch to say. So again, we've got 2 solid fullbacks. Hughes down the left, Gwynedd down the right. If they play well, then we could be in for a good tournament. And his backup, again, this is just someone we've called in. I haven't called him up before, but a good, solid right back. We're just going to go with Stein Hughes because I have no idea how to say his first name properly. But again, very, very solid physically for a fullback. A good tackler, a good passer. Cannot get forward to save himself, but he's going to be one that he's there as a backup and is just to be a good, solid defensive player if we need him. All right, on to midfield. The first of the midfielders is Gary Grant. We've seen him as a regular in our Welsh teams. He's 26, 20 caps, 0 goals. He's currently at Cardiff. We'll look to use him. He's someone who can sit in front of the back four. He can move forward a little bit He is more of that sort of defensive, deep-lying playmaker. That's where we'll be looking to use him. As I said, he is at Cardiff. He's been playing in League One this season, playing well. He's played in the Championship before that. He's a solid player. He's played for me regularly since we came into the Wales job, so I think he'll do a good job. Also coming in as kind of his backup is Alan Norman. Again, he can play a number of different roles in midfield. We're looking at sort of those 2 particular roles there. He's left-footed, which is a nice thing to have. Just a good all-round solid midfielder. Not the best vision, so he's not going to be a creative spark for us. But he should be a good player. 25, 8 caps, 1 goal at Clermont Foot in France. So he's been playing Ligue 2, I should say. League 2 over there for the past 2 seasons. And he's been doing a decentish job of it as well. So that's Alan Norman. Next up, it is Denny Garmy. Again, we know all about him from Bala Town. This 2-star garbage, it doesn't matter because we know what Denny Garmy can do. He's an absolute star. He's going to be one of the more advanced creative players. He's a good free kick taker as well. 23, 11 caps, 2 goals. He's valued at 2.2 million. And well, we know what he's been doing for us. He is a really, really good, solid player. Next, it's another of our Bala Town heroes. It's Ken Buckley, 21 years old, 18 caps, 2 goals. Again, a very, very good all-round solid midfielder. So we'll look to use him as a number of different roles in the centre of the park there. Again, he's done really, really well for us. Well, ever since he came through the academy, really, he's always been a star, hasn't he? So he gets a chance now to shine on the world stage. Next, it's the attacking spark plug. It's Ched Freeman. I really, really like this guy. 25 years old, 15 caps, 6 goals. He will be the player that we look to get forward. He can dribble. He's got a long shot on him. He's not too bad creatively as well. So he will hopefully be one of the guys that can spark us into life. He's been in the championship at QPR this season, and he's done well. 42 games, 10 goals, 6 assists, an average match rating of 6.78. Hopefully, he's going to have a good tournament, because if he does, then we just might do something. And the last of our midfielders is Brennan Johnson. Now, this is the second guy that's sort of been called in out of the blue for me. The reason we've done this is that it's become obvious that we can't play the 3 centre-backs and wing-backs. When we did that in the second half against the US in a warm-up friendly, we saw last Bala episode, we got absolutely torn to pieces. So it doesn't work. So he's come in as a backup, basically, to Freeman as just an out-and-out attacking player. He's got good creativity. He's basically a poor man's Freeman. Now, he's in the MLS. He's 33. He has played 70 times and got 32 goals, so he knows what he's doing. He is not a bad player. He's been playing in the MLS for a number of years now. I think going all the way back when we started the series, this was someone that was suggested to me to sign in the comments. Now you can see he went to Newcastle, and that at the time was just well and truly out of our price range. But he's since gone to MLS, and he's been a very, very good player in MLS. So hopefully he'll take that with him to the world stage. Now, I have called in 2 wingers as well, just so we have that option. The first is Matt Jones. Now, he can also play in the middle of the park, which is why he's got the nod over a couple of others. But he is absolutely rapid. He's got good dribbling, good crossing. As a Mazzella, he would be a very good one, wouldn't he? He can pass the ball, good vision as well, good determination. I think he's going to do well. He's 25, 19 caps, 4 goals. He's at West Brom, and he has played, again, a full season in the championship. So hopefully he's going to come into the World Cup in good form for us. And we did see him way back when we first took over. I'm almost positive I had called him in. Initially, we'd gone away from wingers. We're sort of going back towards that now, so he comes back in. And the other winger in the squad is Lee Jenkins, a 22-year-old from Tottenham. He has 10 caps, 4 goals. We've seen Lee Jenkins many times in the last season or so that we've been at Wales. He's a very, very good player for us. He can play left and right, which is perfect. That's what we wanted. That's what we needed. Again, he's been a loan at Barnsley. He's played a full season in the Championship. Hopefully, he's going to come in good form and, spark us into action. Let's check the strikers. So in the end, we've only gone with 3 strikers, the first of which is Ollie Weaver. Now, the reason he's got the nod over some others is that he can also go out and play a decent role in a wide area for us. But Ollie Weaver is a good finisher. He's just a good all-round striker. He's 23. He has 8 goals from his 16 caps. He's currently in France at Dijon. Would you pronounce that? He's just recently gone there. Got off to an absolute flyer in Ligue 1, though. Look at that. 4 goals from 8 appearances. He did come through at Manchester United, and I really like him. He's been playing really well for Wales in the lead-up friendly. So that's Ollie Weaver. Next is a name that we are all familiar with. It's Marcus Wade. Now, again, he can play. We know he can play well from a wide area as well. But he is just a goal-scoring machine for Wales. 17 caps, 17 goals from his 19 caps. He's currently at Brighton, where he's not really, ever since we sold him there, he's not really done anything. He's played 1 game. But he's still getting the job done for us when we've called him into the national team. He is one of the stars, and well, let's hope he lives up to that reputation that we have of him when we get to the World Cup. And the final striker is Sean Jones, a 20-year-old with 3 goals from his 11 caps. He's currently, I think he's at Rotherham right now. You can see he is going to MLS. The reason we've called him up, again, it's just a little bit different. He's going to be our Andy Carroll. He's a good target man. He's strong in the air, good strength, good heading, decent jumping, and he can finish a chance as well. And we saw in one of the friendly against the US, wasn't it? He scored a stunning free kick as well. So there's more to him than just being a big lump of a lad up there. So that's him. You can see he played in League One this year. He's played in League One the last 2 years, actually, on loan, and he scores goals. So again, hopefully he'll carry that form into the World Cup for us. So there it is. That is our squad for the 2034 World Cup. Let me know in the comments how you think we're going to get on. Next episode, we will be back for the 2 group stage games. We will be playing Syria and Mexico. We'll also catch up. We have 2 World Cup warm-up friendlies against Spain and Australia. So I'll catch you up on those as well. But yeah, as I said, until next time, I'm excited, I'm nervous. Let me know how you think we'll do. Surely we'll get out of the group, and we'll just have to kind of see how we go from there, I suppose. Take care.